I need to be completely honest with you. Every single one of us, yes, even me, has had a thought so dark, so violent, so utterly inappropriate that we instantly recoiled. That we thought, what is wrong with me? Am I a terrible person? We've all been there. That sudden, unwanted flash of pushing a stranger in front of a train, of screaming an obscenity at a work meeting, of doing something destructive that flies in the face of everything you believe in. If you've ever had a dark, violent, or intensely inappropriate thought flash across your mind and instantly made you think, am I a bad person? You are exactly where you need to be. These are not your wishes. These are not your intentions. They are not a secret window into your true self. They are intrusive thoughts, the mind's little saboteurs. For the next few minutes, let's stop running from them. Let's sit on this figurative couch or at this bar and finally unpack the most unsettling passengers in your brain. Because understanding them is the only way to quiet them. And the key is a profound, almost paradoxical lucidity. You are not what you think. In my years as a psychologist, I've seen this anxiety more than almost anything else. People arrive deeply ashamed, whispering confessions that, to them, sound like a sign of impending madness. But here is the critical, surgical truth. An intrusive thought is merely a misfiring of your brain's natural alarm system. Think of your brain not as a philosopher, but as a vast, overzealous search engine. It processes billions of data points, fears, memories, worst-case scenarios all day long. It's constantly doing threat assessment. There is a reason the fight doesn't work. It's a classical psychological experiment, often called the ironic process theory, or, more simple, the white bear paradox. In 1987, Daniel Wegner asked a group of people to try not to think about a white bear. What do you think happened? Every time they tried to suppress the thought, it would pop up with even greater frequency and intensity. They were, in effect, constantly scanning their mind for the absence of the bear, which, ironically, kept the bear front and center. This is precisely what you do with an intrusive thought. You create an emotional magnet. You say to yourself, I must not think about harming my loved one. And the moment you create the rule, a part of your mind is tasked with checking if the thought is present. The monitor becomes the messenger. The energy spent in this internal war, the self-judgment, the rechecking, the mental arguments, is what exhausts us. It's what transforms a fleeting, common brain hiccup into a chronic psychological distress. We are not suffering from the thought. We are suffering from the resistance to the thought. That, my friends, is a fundamental shift in lucidity. So, what's the action, the antidote that bypasses this internal struggle? It is the action of a seasoned warrior who knows when to lay down the sword. It is called Cognitive Defusion, or in plain language, unhooking yourself. Your thought comes in like a train. Instead of jumping aboard and letting it take you to the darkest destination, you just watch it pass. How? Thought a precise, intelligent technique. The moment a thought, a dark flash, a terrible what if appears, you don't engage. You don't argue. You simple, almost lazily state, I'm noticing that I'm having the thought that. Instead of, I'm going to crash the car, you say, I'm noticing that I'm having the thought that I might crash the car. Do you see the nuance? You've added a crucial psychological distance. You've separated the observer, you, the self, from the phenomenon, the thought. The thought is no longer a fact, but a simple sentence passing through your awareness. This is where the depth of your experience comes in. This isn't just a mental trick. This is a profound act of self-acceptance and non-judgment. It's acknowledging the random noise of your brain without giving the authority of your truth. The thought is and it is not your assignment. It is not your identity. It simply is. Practice this. When the thought arrives, acknowledge it without emotion, even giving it a silly name. There is my white bear again. Or hello, catastrophe. This radical acceptance removes the emotional fuel the thought needs to survive. We are all seeking sense. We are all famished for meaning beyond the nose. And the most meaningful thing you can do for yourself is to stop treating your own mind as an enemy territory. The presence of an intrusive thought does not mean you are broken. It often means your brain is working exactly as it should, trying to predict the worst to protect you, but occasionally being terrible at this job. What if, just for today, you gave yourself a break, a deep, conscious breath? The lucidity is this. Your true self is found not in the contents of your thoughts, but in the awareness that observes them. You are the sky, and the thoughts are just the clouds passing through. Some are sunny, some are stormy, but none of them can even change the fundamental nature of the sky. Find your breath, find your awareness, and watch the clouds go by. Thank you for sitting with me today. And remember, the deepest part of the mind is the awareness of its own death. Until next time.